morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am so glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And today we're reading Furqan's First Flat Top. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Welcome. And of course, you can find us on YouTube, right here on Facebook, as well as our Instagram. But thank you so much for joining us today. And this is Furqan's First Flat Top. And it's written and illustrated by Robert Liu-Trujillo. So thank you so much for joining in today and welcome to Story Time. Coming in a little bit late, but thank you for joining in. I am glad you're here. I am extremely excited to be here with you and to share this classic that we've read before on Story Time, but absolutely had to have it for Latinx week. Yes, so this week we're reading Latinx books all the way through Friday. Thank you so much for joining in today. Good morning to you, Sheba Tanda. How are you doing? And how are you, Benjamin, as well? Sonia Abrantes, thank you so much for joining in with João Tiago. How are you doing today out in Portugal? Madalena Iron and Tudor, good morning to you. Of course, good morning to you as well. Desmond and Jessica Fortino out in Gilroy. Ellen Edwards in Chicago, good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're ready for Furqan's First Flat Top. It is definitely one of my favorites, and it is written and illustrated by Robert Liu-Trujillo. Amanda West, good morning to you. How are you doing? Nathan and Sarah in Illinois, good morning to you. How are you? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time as always. Absolutely, I am so happy that you look forward to the stories, because I look forward to them, and I look forward to especially sharing them with you. Thank you so much for joining in. Jessica Fortino one more time, and of course, Desmond, how are you? Thank you for joining in. We'll be getting started with our story very soon, but remember that this week we are indeed celebrating Latinx month. So, but on Story Time we only read for a week. We're going to be reading Latinx books, and we started off with Last Stop on Market Street, and then we moved on to They Call Me Mix, and today here we are with Furqan. And at the end of this, find out what we will be reading tomorrow. Another exciting story. But for now, we're getting ready to read Furqan's First Flat Top. Good morning to you. And good morning to you as well, Ali May. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Harmony Beth, good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining in Story Time. I hope you are having yourself a beautiful day and indeed a beautiful start to this week. Although we're in the middle now, so absolutely wishing you the best. Thank you. Good morning to you. Right, today, Furqan's First Flat Top. And of course, do check out the Spanish reading as well, done by our very own Storytime's Lydia Yamaguchi. She will have done the reading for the Spanish, and you get to see that as well later on. But thank you so much for joining in Storytime today, and we are going to get started right now. Good morning to you.
Read me all of your stories.
Alright, here we go. Furqan's First Flat Top. And this one is written and illustrated by Robert Liu-Trujillo. And there's the dedication. It says, from Robert, to my son, Saja Tushuna, thank you for your smile, your laughter, your love, and all the stories you have inspired in me. Don't forget to always use your imagination. I love you. Sweet message. All right, here goes our story. My name is Furqan Moreno. I am 10 years old, and I've always had real curly hair. My mama and daddy let me grow my hair out as long as I want. I just have to comb it. But I decided I want to cut my hair a different way. What was Furqan looking forward to? Daddy, I asked. Yes, baby, said Daddy. Remember the way Marcus got his hair cut last year? Talking through toothpaste, Daddy mumbled. Yeah, that's called a flat top. I want to cut my hair like that. Can we do that today? I asked. Oh. My daddy said we could go, so we took the number 14 bus to Mr. Wallace's barbershop. It's the closest barbershop to our house. Oh. Once we got inside, there's a whole bunch of people talking. Things on the wall, the floor, the tables, and lots of people waiting to get their haircut. Maybe they were getting flat tops too. When it was my turn, I looked at the stuff Mr. Wallace had. He had all kinds of tools on his table. Some of them for cutting hair, and some I couldn't tell what they were for. I want to get a flat top, I told Mr. Wallace, but I was still a bit nervous about how to get it cut. So I asked him to show me some pictures of people's hairstyles. I pointed to the style I liked. As he began cutting, I started to imagine how it would look. There's all the different flat tops. Then I asked my dad, Daddy, but what if my hair comes out flat, like the drum Baba Shola plays in dance class? Won't that look kind of weird? Furqan, don't we both love the way your teacher's drum sounds? It will look cool, trust me, Daddy said, nodding his head. But what if my hair looks like the pancakes we had for breakfast this morning, Daddy? I pleaded. Ah, my dad said, waving his hand. Pancakes are great. And yes, they are flat. But your hair won't look or smell like pancakes, boy. At Abuelita's house on Saturdays, we make tortillas flat with our hands, I said. Dad whispered, tortillas. Will my hair look flat like that? I asked. Tortillas are yummy, but no, it won't, my dad responded. Oh. Daddy, remember that time we tried to bake a cake? It started out all puffy, then it got flat. Will that happen to my hair? I asked. No, baby, it will look better than that. It will look real fresh. Trust me, Daddy said. Oh, thank God. Okay, well, what if it looks flat like Cousin Mary's skateboard? I don't want anyone stepping on my head, I said. I guess her skateboard is almost flat. But she's always moving and laughing just like you. Don't worry, said Dad. You know how when you put them records on the machine, I asked. You mean the turntable? Asked Daddy. Yeah, what if my head looks flat like a record? I said. Your head would have to be pretty big to look like a record, boy. It will look just fine, Daddy reassured me. While I was thinking of flat stuff, the barber almost finished cutting my hair. It felt kind of funny when I leaned forward or turned my head. Mr. Wallace asked if I wanted designs like the Shakur twins had. I told him yeah. So he made all kinds of patterns and then said, your first flat top is done, Furqan. I looked in the mirror, smiled, and threw my hand up like I won a contest because it does look fresh. The next day, when I got to school, my friends were so surprised at my new haircut. Some kids even looked at me funny, but mostly everybody liked it. I told Daddy about my first day back at school, and he said, I told you it would look good, didn't I? I thanked my daddy again for taking me to cut my hair different. And that is how I got my first flat top. Oh, the end. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. That was Furqan's first flat top, written and illustrated by Liu-Trujillo. Do find out in the links below where you can get yourself a copy. But thank you so much for joining us today. That has been Furqan's first flat top. But remember that we're back again tomorrow with another exciting story. And we will be revisiting I Am Salso Creek. So join us for that one tomorrow. And that one is written by Melissa Reyes. And of course illustrated by today's author, Liu-Trujillo. So do join us for that one again tomorrow. I Am Salso Creek. Join us for that one and find out what it's all about. Maria Antonia, thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely love it. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, and hopefully see you again tomorrow for that exciting story when we read about I Am Salso Creek. But today we did enjoy a good one from Liu-Trujillo, and this one is Furqan's first flat top. Thank you so much for joining us, Davy, Maria Antonia, Harmony, Beth, everybody that joined in Storytime today. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And of course, we keep celebrating, keep remembering all the Latinx reading this week. And find the story in Spanish as well. Yes, the link is posted in the comments right now. Thank you so much. Lydia Yamaguchi, thank you so much for joining in. And of course, for reading the Spanish version for us. Yes, Ellen Edwards, I know. Yes, we came back to it. The last time we read, I think, was May. We read it in May, so it's been a few months, but yes, it had to come back, and especially this week when we are focusing on Latinx creators. So thank you so much for joining in as always, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow when we are back for I Am Salso Creek. Thank you, and I will see you again. Thank you, Harmony Beth, you said, sometimes we all need to be brave and make changes in ourselves. Please remind folks who may not have. Yes, absolutely, Harmony, we do need that. And also just celebrating the little things at times, especially, at this time when things are so confused. It's just good to have those little things that you can celebrate together as a family, together as people in your part. But thank you so much for joining in Storytime today, and I will see you again tomorrow when we're back for that exciting story. From me, it is much love as always, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.